UFC 317 is the very first pay-per-view where we can exploit the new PrizePicks lines. First of all, if you don't know what PrizePicks is, it's daily fantasy. You come in here, you say more or less than any of the numbers you see on the screen, you put a few of them together, and you can make a whole bunch of money and have fun doing it. They will even give you free money to play. They'll give you $50, $50 instantly. The only thing you need to do to get that money is go to wewantpicks.com/prizepicks, use promo code WWP, build yourself a little $5 entry, and then you have $50 instantly in your account to do whatever the hell you want with. That's wewantpicks.com/prizepicks, promo code WWP. I open this up by saying we can finally exploit the brand new PrizePicks lines with a pay-per-view. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, PrizePicks has always had significant strikes. They have always had fight time. They have always had takedowns. What they have added is significant strikes combo and round one significant strikes. And normally this can be a very tricky thing to figure out, but I've figured some of it out for you, and we have some tools on the website. All combo is, it takes both fighters in the fight, and it's just going to total up the strikes. So in the fight between Jonathan Deniz and Alvin Hines, for example, if between the two of them, we get 46 significant strikes landed, that hits, assuming you bathe the over. And the beauty about this is sometimes the lines are perfect and you don't quite know exactly how a fight's going to go. But if you're positive both people are going to get after it and you have a pretty low line, the more makes sense. If you're positive that a fight's either going to be a quick knockout or a wrestle fest, well, then the under on the line might make some sense. Let's go ahead and build the entry that I already have for UFC 317. I do have a combo strike line in there. Again, get your free money at wewantpicks.com. If I'm taking a look at regular significant strikes, I actually don't love these lines. I'm filming this early. For pay-per-views, PrizePicks throws up lines early, so I'm trying to help everybody out, and let's attack these before they move. But sometimes waiting for them to move is a good thing, and that's what I'm going to do with the significant strike lines. I don't love any of these. Nico Price might land 0 strikes whatsoever. Jacoby Smith might only need 1. Or maybe, this just completely defies all the odds, and these two just get after it, and they're swinging like crazy. If we take a look at Jonathan Deniz and Alvin Hines, I don't think that fight's going to go very long, and I luckily have a few options to account for that. If we work our way down, Terrence McKinney, 24.5 significant strikes. That dude probably gets past that number. Vaishlov, I don't know. If you think he gets out of the first round, then yeah, he'll get past this number. But if you think Terrence McKinney comes in here like a buzzsaw, he won't. I'm going to leave all of these significant strikes alone. I don't love any of them. Beneil may end up in a wrestling match with Renato Moicano. Like, we're just going to leave those alone. If we take a look at fight minutes, this is where we're going to jump aboard. I'm doing the less on Jacoby Smith, Nico Price. I think he gets Nico Price out of there in a few minutes. We do not see a second round. If Nico Price is able to survive to the second round, then this is just a crazy resurgence of a 38-year-old pothead who has no chin. Like that, it would make no sense whatsoever. Jacoby Smith is an elite athlete, a very good wrestler, insane power in his hands. He can get people out of there very quick, and I imagine this will be the same. If we take a look at Jonathan Deniz, we have a very wide line of 8.75 minutes. I think this is another first-round finish. Jonathan Deniz is a high-level striker. He was a professional striker. Has accomplished many, many things. And now he's fighting a short-notice guy making his UFC debut that's sloppy and slow. This dude's going to be looking to wrestle, but in order to close the distance, to get to wrestling range, he's just going to wing wide open punches. And I think Jonathan's going to see that from a mile away because of his high-level striking. He's going to get to the chin. He's going to put Alvin out. I don't see us getting out of that first round, let alone the 3.5 minute, actually 3 3/4 minute buffer they've given us. So I love the less on both of those. Terrence McKinney fights are just wildly unpredictable. We're going to leave that alone. I mean, actually, they are predictable. It's going to be wild as hell in the first round, and then if it doesn't end there, he's going to lose. So we're just going to leave that one alone. I do think Renato fight probably goes to a decision. I can add that here, but I have 2 other lines I like. We'll leave it at 4. Pantoja fight, I'm going to leave that alone. He could submit Kai Kara-France, or he can get smoked. So we're going to leave that alone. And I do think Ilia Topuria smokes Charles Oliveira. I'm sorry. I don't mean to upset you. I understand the Charles Oliveira fans are very stressed out this week, and that might be a trigger, and you might lash out. And I am sorry for that. So I'm not going to put it in the PrizePicks entry. If we take a look at significant strike combo, I am going to attack one of these. So if we talk about significant strike combos, if you remember, you have the total of both fighters. And if I take a look at Tracy Cortez and Viviane Araújo, The total of both fighters is up almost 110. We need them to land 110 and we get smoked. Under 110 and we're good. And I think we're good with the under here. I think Tracy Cortez will eventually get the wrestling going. Obviously, if she gets no takedowns, it's going to be busy striking. But if you run through both of their fight history and you just cut this number right in half, neither one of them are flying past this number. We have a grappler and a striker. We have a 38-year-old striker in Viviane Araújo who is going to slow down as she does in every fight. And then we have a grappler who doesn't have like the desire to be striking longer than she needs to in Tracy Cortez. I think Tracy gets it against the cage, probably gets it to the ground. If she doesn't get it to the ground in the first, she'll get it in the second when Viviane starts to slow down, especially at 38 years old. I love the less on strikes here. And then if we go to takedowns, right now we only have two options. By the time you're watching this, you may have more. So we're going to use the tool on my website called the Event Simulator to help us here. I'm not going to touch Terrence McKinney. That's just, there's too many crazy things that happen there. We're not going to touch that. But let's take a look at Pantoja. They have set his line at 2.5 significant strikes. If you go to my website, wewantpicks.com, we have a tool called the Event Simulator. What this does is it simulates every single fight on the card 100,000 times, and then it gives you the outputs. I just clicked Run Simulator, so that's what it's doing right now. It's running the simulations. Now I'm going to select my fighter. You see it's Ilia Topuria. I'm going to go ahead and select Alexandre Pantoja. You see it defaulted to DraftKings Fantasy Points. We're going to go to the pull-down menu, and I'm going to select takedowns. So what this is saying, you see all these squiggly lines. Basically what this is saying, in the 100,000 simulations, Alexandre Pantoja, on average, through wins and losses, on average, is getting 3.29 takedowns. Let's go ahead and drag this line to the left to 2.5. This is saying 57% of the time he will get more than 2.5 takedowns. But let's just keep dragging it because we really just need more than 2. There's no such thing as a half a takedown. At 2 takedowns, this is saying 65% of the time he gets more than 2 takedowns in this simulation, which means let's go ahead and do the more on the 2.5 because all we need is 3. We have not missed yet. Using the Event Simulator, we have not missed a line yet. And obviously, I could spend the time and I can use that for every single one of these lines, significant strikes, fight time, takedowns, all of this. So this is our entry. I've already got it built. Let's go ahead and take a look. We've got the Jacoby Smith, less than 5 minutes. Janata Diniz, less than 8.75 minutes. Tracy Cortez and Viviane Araújo in the combo strikes, we went less than 109.5. And then Alexandre Pantoja, we went more than 2.5 takedowns for him. This is my entry. This is a 10x entry. $20 gets you 200. $5 gets you 50. $10 gets you 100. You get the point. Go to wewantpicks.com/prizepicks. Use promo code WWP and get your free money. They're giving people $50 for free. You just play yourself an entry. I just gave you one. You'll have $50 instantly. wewantpicks.com/prizepicks. Promo code WWP.